The following is a paid advertisement. The views expressed are the sole responsibility of the advertiser.
I'm attorney Justin Clark. Coming up just ahead on You Have Real Estate, Seminole County Property Appraiser David Johnson joins us to tell you how to save on your property taxes. Elisha Lopez will tell us about investing in real estate in Ocala and so much more. It's all just ahead. It's You Have Real Estate. Your debt does not have to control your life. You have the power to potentially lower or even eliminate your debt. I'm attorney Justin Clark. Call me now for a free consultation or visit youhavepower.com and take back control of your financial life.
You Have Real Estate is proudly sponsored by Renewal by Andersen, your full-service window and door replacement company. Learn more at rbafla.com.
Welcome to You Have Real Estate, as always, presented by my great friends at Renewal by Andersen. I will be your host, Justin Clark. Whether you're a first-time home buyer, seasoned investor, or even looking to sell your home, this next 30 minutes is designed just for you. Think of it like hitting multiple open houses, and we have a lot of them today. From your living room, with my attorney advice out the way. Any questions whatsoever during the program, the phone number is right here, 407-205-0400. You want to get pre-approved to start the house hunt this weekend for your dream home. Elisha Lehman standing by to get you pre-approved right now. Same phone number, wonderful show ahead today. But first, the opening statement. All right, I know I've been hearing from you. Why are my property taxes going up so much? And at the end of the day, the real estate market has gone crazy the last few years, as you know. And with that, your property taxes go up as well. But there's something that you can do as a homeowner, especially on your primary home, that will prevent your taxes from going up. We were going to answer that question. How do you do that? By asking real questions. Every weekend here on the program, we ask real questions to the truly trend-setting people in Central Florida's real estate community. Kick it off today. Return visitors. Vivian Lehman is here. Hello, Vivian. How are you?
Hello.
And for the first time in a few months, David Johnson is here, Seminole County Property Appraiser. Dave, how are you?
Great. It's always good to be with you, Justin.
So it's sort of this double-edged sword. Everyone's happy that the real estate values have gone up, but then they start paying the property taxes and they're like, oh, crap, they've gone up as well. However, I know that with the homestead protection, they don't go up that much. How does this work?
Right. So homestead exemption is a huge benefit to your primary home here in Florida. So what it does two things, really. It, first of all, removes $50,000 off the assessed value, which saves about $700 or $800 a year in Seminole County. So that's one piece of the equation. The other piece that it does, which is as important because of the market activity that we've seen over the last couple of years, is it protects how much the value can go up from year to year. And that is the lesser of the consumer price index, or 3%. So we all know what happened with the consumer price index last year. We were in hyperinflation mode. It's one reason we have high interest rates, and hopefully those are mitigating their way down a little bit. So no matter what has gone on in the marketplace, and if you had a homestead exemption on your property, your value only went up 3%, because again, it's the lesser of 3% of the consumer price index. Right. Those folks who do not have a homestead exemption, we're seeing much higher rates of appreciation. And that's who, a lot of times we hear from in the office.
How do I know if I have the homestead exemption on my home? And if I don't, how do I make sure that I get it?
Sure. So real simple, a couple ways. First of all, you can go on our website at www.scpafl.org, pull up your property by your name, your address, neighborhood, et cetera. And it says right there in the property record, does it have homestead, yes or no? Okay, so there's that piece. We also send out what we call a receipt every year to every homesteaded property in the county. And so do my 66 other colleagues across the state. So it says, hey, here's what you've got as of January the 1st. You have a homestead exemption. You may have other exemptions too, and those are all illuminated on the receipt. if you've got questions, or give us a call. Or certainly can call us anytime and ask the question. But it's real simple. You're not going to not know you don't have it.
It's a good call to make as well. And your office is so responsive to the citizens of Seminole County. How have you set it up like that? Because I think there are a lot of government agencies that customer service is not their forte. It's not the feeling I get with you.
Well, I appreciate that. And I'm very blessed to work with a great group of professionals who have customer service at their heart. And I will tell you another thing. We partner very well with our real estate professionals, like Vivian, who I often say, we'll go into individual offices and do presentations and stuff. And I'll say, your clients are my taxpayers.
That's right.
And so we want them to feel these are complicated processes, and we want to make sure that we're explaining it the best we can. We have a lot of new homeowners coming in from other parts of the country. What we do here in Florida is a little bit different. And so it's very important to take that time and explain it, because not everybody's buying a house every other day. It's a couple of time process in your lifetime typically. And we want to make sure that we're educating and explaining as best we can.
We have some of the best constitutional officers in the state in Seminole County. I would put you guys up against anyone, you, JR, Sheriff Lehman. I mean, it's the best of the best, but it is election year now for you now. To the residents of Seminole County, how can they get involved to help make sure you are reelected, which I think we know is going to happen, but
Well, so probably my least favorite part of the job is the politics, but it's certainly a very necessary part of the job. I think what I find very important, how citizens can help us, is make sure that we are being responsive. That's the biggest basic evaluation report card that I get every 4 years is, am I returned to the office?
Right.
And again, that's always there. We're always open to comments, and our website is an award-winning website, and again, used by real estate professionals across
all the time.
And we always are taking their comments. Again, we're just trying to be as responsive as we can be. And, as I say, if you do the job, the politics are going to take care of themselves.
That's right.
Yeah.
Awesome. You're doing a great job, obviously. And Vivian, you're a real estate broker, obviously. You're down in the trenches working, done tons of transactions in Seminole County.
Yes.
How is that helpful to you, having someone like David in office that's so accessible and really there to answer your questions?
Oh, all the time. I mean, and not only David, but the office itself. If I call and I, need specific information or something isn't readily available, they help me all the time.
Yeah, that's huge. You have a bunch of listings. You've exploded listing-wise here recently. I do want to talk about a couple that are on the market right now. And you're all over the place too. Let's talk Mount Dora for me for a second. Mount Dora is a great little town.
Okay.
Tell me about I don't know. You
Tremaine.
Say it. Tremaine.
So this one's 6228 Tremaine. This is in a little community called Stony Brook Hills in Mount Dora. This one is $700,000. It's a 4-4 with a 3-car garage. It has a new roof, which is really important, and it's very spacious with high ceilings. And it's a great location.
I love it. And Apopka here, home of 3 Odd Guys Brewing, one of my favorite brewery in town. Tell me about this property.
This one is 1955 Pomeranian Apopka. It's a 3-2 with an additional room that we can't call a bedroom. It doesn't have a closet, but it does have a den. It's over 2,000 square feet. It has updated kitchen, bathroom, screen pool in a cul-de-sac.
Love it. And lastly, let's go to Winter Park. Talk to me about this one.
Okay, so this one is I love this house. It's 1612 Neola. It's $899,000, 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. Pool on a corner lot. It's fully renovated, roof 2022, AC 2023, and it's a great price for entry to Winter Park.
It is. If you'd like to see any of these properties right now, Vivian will show them to you. Just call 407-205-0400. I'm about to send her out on the road, by the way. She's going to take a tour of Maitland for us in just a second. By all means, look, if you live in Seminole County, you need this man, David Johnson, to continue to be your property appraiser. Support him any way you can. If you're a homeowner, make sure you have that homestead exemption, because it's going to save you a lot of money and really protects you financially in so many ways. Dave, keep up the great work, buddy.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Appreciate
see you
it. Thank
soon.
you.
Vivian, as always, you go to Maitland. How is that?
I will.
Here's what we'll do. A very quick break. When we return, Vivian goes to Maitland. And how do you fix your roof as you have real estate continues? You were complaining about your electricity bill, and I don't blame you, but the reason why your electricity bill is so high may be something you didn't know. Your windows, joined by my good buddy and the man over at Renewal by Anderson, Dan Brigman. Dan, it's just a fact. Bad windows, old windows, are killing people's electricity bill. Why is that?
100%. There's several main reasons, Justin. One is the technology. If you got old windows, they don't have up-to-date Energy Star technology. Number two, if you've got old windows, there's a lot of places windows can leak. Most folks didn't know that when the AC turns on, a suction is created in the house. Well, guess what? You're sucking in hot, warm air through the broken seals of the windows. And on top of that, we've got sun hitting and, of course, radiant heat leaving the house.
Special deal for you, actually. If you take out your phone, hit the QR code on the screen right now. I will connect you directly with Dan, who will offer you
a 12-month no-no and also a 24-month no-no. But the biggest is our 20% off offer that we have not had in quite some time. I didn't think we were going to have it before the end of the year. So.
Dan Brigman, excellent job as always. Here's how it works. Look, if you do the program where you pay for the windows over time, you're going to save money on your electricity bill where it's all going to balance out. Windows for free, essentially. Do yourself a favor. Visit Renewal by Anderson today.
Have you been threatened by the IRS? You are not helpless. You have the power to fight wage garnishments and fight levies on your accounts. I'm Justin Clark. Call me now for a free consultation or visit youhavepower.com and take back control of your financial life.
You know, there's a little town right down the street from where I'm sitting today. It's a city that I spend a lot of time in because that's where my law firm is. Maitland, Florida. Have you been recently? You should go. It's a great place. Viv goes to Maitland on this edition of Viv's in Your Neighborhood.
I'm in Maitland, Florida by the Maitland Civic Center, a venue by Lake Lily. Maitland is one of the oldest incorporated municipalities in Central Florida and a city rich in history. In 1838, Fort Maitland was built by the U.S. Army. What is now Maitland Avenue, it was part of the old Black Bear Trail, which ran from Montreal, Canada to St. Petersburg, Florida, and passed by this fort. Home to the Florida Audubon Society, it has many parks you can visit, and between the large sports complex now called Genesis Health Clubs and the restaurants, the locals like to keep it local. I'm headed to talk to Chef Francesco at Francesco's in Maitland. Right off of 1792, it's a favorite with Central Florida natives. And let's see what specialties he has in store for us.
You had to say that you're well known for a certain dish. What would it be?
Seafood.
Seafood,
yes.
Is there anything particular? I heard octopus was somewhere.
Well, grilled octopus, yeah, definitely. It's one of my number one sale. But, you know, people that really love my seafood special, it can be from grouper, chilling sea bass, or any lobsters, you know. It's, like I said, seafood is genetic words, but yes, that's what I'm well known for.
It sounds amazing. I'm definitely coming.
Please do, please do, please do.
Maitland has also been favored by some major corporations and has a very large office park right off of I-4. Advent Health chose Maitland to house their headquarters here, and it's convenient to all the major highways. The average household income in Maitland is about $128,000, and the median home value in 2023 was $445,000. Being close to the I-4 corridor, it's an easy 15-minute commute to downtown Orlando. The good school districts and the close proximity make this a favorable choice for purchase. If you're interested in getting more information, call me at 407-205-0400.
Welcome back to the program. When it comes to your house, your most valuable investment, what is the most important part of your house? Probably that roof. Joined by Justin and Cory, Universal Roof and Contracting. Guys, welcome. How are you?
Good, man. Good. Thanks.
People talk about hurricanes all year round in Florida, but people don't talk about hail as much. And this hail can do as much damage, if not more, to a roof than a hurricane can. But people don't talk about it. It also changes the deductible. Hail might be better for your roof claim than even a hurricane. Why is that?
Well, deductibles change based on the type of loss, right? So there's a lot of clauses in insurance policies that are storm related. So if there's a named stormed clause attached to your deductible, you're roughly going to be paying a percentage of the entire, the coverage amount. So sometimes that can be as high. I've seen deductibles as high as $50,000 on a roof that might have only cost 20 grand. But it's because it was tied to a named storm. Whereas a hail claim, typically it'll fall into an all other perils deductible. And then you just have your normal standard deductible. Typically, we see anything from $500 to $2,500 when it comes to most deductibles, but there is a huge significance and difference when it comes to a named storm deductible or an all other perils deductible. So correct in what you say, a hail claim generally is more opportunistic for your pocket, yeah.
And also, I mean, at the end of the day, if I do need a new roof, there are two kind of options. One is I pay cash for it, or two is I'm going to have an insurance claim, obviously. Now, there are other roofing companies out there who they won't even come to your house, man. They will literally, you call them and they'll take a picture or do satellite photos. How in the world are they going to know if you have hail damage where you can actually make a decent claim?
They're not, and most likely they don't have an insurance process in place to work with a homeowner through that. And what that means is that you would be paying more than your deductible, for the roof and trying to figure it all out, and you would be on your own. We've got an insurance process in place, and by putting, we call it boots on the roof, and showing up, not only can we see if there's textbook storm damage, we're going to photograph it, we're going to come down off the roof, and we're going to show it to you as a homeowner so that you understand what we're looking at and what we're seeing and what risk you're at with the condition of your roof. In the flip side of that is if we don't see storm damage, we're not going to lead you down that path of calling your insurance company and doing all those things. We're going to talk more about what kind of life is left on the roof. If you are in a position to need a roof, how do we do this? Do we finance it? Are you in a position to pay cash for it? We know it's a big investment, so we want to work with homeowners. And really the best way to do that is to see what they're up against. The only way to do that is to show up.
When I needed a new roof, I did badly. And who did I call? Universal Roof and Contracting. Derek Moser, put it on the screen right now. Will you? One more time. My house has gotten so much play on the show recently. This literally is my house. Getting a brand new roof from Universal Roof and Contracting, and they did a fabulous job. My house was full of issues too. And the fact that they're general contractors, they didn't just deal with the roof. They dealt with every single thing revolving around the problems that the roof caused. I should not have waited as long as I did, okay? Because once you have a roof that has some issues, it can create so many other problems for your house. You need to call these guys now. QR code is here on the screen, or call 407-205-0400. Well, okay, there was a hailstorm and I think it did damage, but I was so busy, I didn't make any phone calls for 6 months, right? Is it too late at that point, or can you still find, okay, maybe there was a storm and nothing really showed up for a while?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's not too late at 6 months. It's when you start, dragging your feet a year or two is when you start kind of taking yourself out of eligibility to file against that particular storm. But quite often, the best practice you can ever demonstrate is being proactive. If you start to see something, then be urgent. But being proactive gets you ahead of the problems, gets you ahead of the curve, really gets you to the front of the line, especially on a claim basis, because once storms do pass through our area, claims and adjusters and things fill up really quick. And all of a sudden, what you could have had an adjuster out for next week is now going to be scheduled probably 2, 3, 4 weeks out. Meanwhile, you're left with a damaged roof that you probably need to tarp and things like that. So again, be proactive if you can. The next best thing is to be urgent. So whenever your instinct is telling you to call, that's the right time to call.
And time goes by so quickly. In fact, I was at my house the other day, and whoever originally built it in the concrete, it was like Mike, 1999. I was like, dang, this house is actually getting kind of old. We feel like we're in Florida. All these houses are new. They're getting a little bit older.
Sure.
What is the age of a roof where it's time to really start calling you to take preventative measures and see what's really going on?
I think it's a little subjective because of what type of roof. If you have a standing seam metal or a tile roof, they're going to last longer. But I think really annual inspections in Florida are really good.
Yeah.
I get off roofs all the time where they have plenty of life left. Everything's great. But just checking in on it. A shingled roof, in Florida, a good 20 years, with a roof that's installed correctly with a great product, maybe even more based on how it's situated. But sometimes we see roofs or houses that are like off of water, or maybe they're wide open and they're getting a lot more damage, a lot more wind, a lot more rain than some houses that are protected by trees or protected by, other houses to the left and right, or maybe, they're getting damage from the trees that are hanging over the house. So you kind of have to be a little subjective, understanding what the condition or what type of roof it is. But yeah, I mean, we're putting on roofs that last anywhere from 20, 25 years up to a lifetime if it's standing seam. So
it only makes sense to call these guys. It costs nothing. They're going to come to your house. They're not going to send you satellite imagery. They're really going to come to your house and see what's going on with you. Excellent job as always. Thank you for what you did to my house, of course. I'll see you guys very soon, okay?
Thanks for having us.
Here's what we will do. A very quick break. You have Real Estate Continues.
Your debt does not have to control your life. You have the power to potentially lower or even eliminate your debt. I'm attorney Justin Clark. Call me now for a free consultation or visit youhavepower.com and take back control of your financial life.
So fitness to me is super important, but I've got to be honest, I'm a busy person, you're a busy person. I just don't have time to go to the gym. So what do? I call my friends over at Gym Guys Orlando, and they help keep me fit all year round, joined by owners Jay and Yvonne. Thank you for what you do.
You're welcome. We love it.
So for someone watching, I mean, why Gym Guys? Why do I trust you?
Well, Gym Guys is going to, first of all, come to your home. It's going to be completely customized, super convenient because we're in your home. And it's going to we're going to make it be fun. Mm-hmm. So when you're working out, you want to make sure that it's something you can be consistent with, enjoy having us come. We become part counselor, part friend, part coach, and all of that. We wind up having a great time, but making sure that you're reaching your goals.
Yeah, you're keeping it creative. We're changing things up. You come to me, we hang out, and then we both, go our separate ways, and I've had that awesome one-on-one, custom-tailored experience.
Exactly.
That keeps me fit. How does someone sign up?
Well, all you have to do is go to gymguys.com with a Z. And,
with a Z, not an S.
And the first step would be a free assessment, 100%, no obligation. We'll do a light workout, make sure we understand how your body works, and we'll talk to you about nutrition, health history. You're going to love it, and it's a fantastic way to get started. You also get some benchmarks to know where you're at today so we can monitor your performance.
Because that's important, monitor your progress. I know I've come a long way since I started with Gym Guys. Well, I appreciate you. Thanks for keeping me fit. Thanks for keeping him fit, too. Do yourself a favor and call Gym Guys Orlando today.
I had the great pleasure of visiting Ocala, which has really become one of my favorite cities in all of Florida the other day. And I went to see our great friends, Elisha Lopez, Ocala Realty World. Welcome back. How are you? Good to see you. So something about your brokerage, when I walk in, I instantly feel a sense of community, camaraderie. Your agents there, I can tell you love them, and they're so happy. How have you created that?
Because I love them. Yeah. Like, love does amazing things, right?
It does.
Yeah, and they know that I do. And I know the feeling is mutual.
It is. I can certainly sense the feeling is mutual. And so many great things are happening in Ocala right now. I think that Ocala, for some people who live in Central Florida, doesn't seem like a place they would move. It seems far away, and it really isn't that far. When I drive there, I get there very quickly, but the price of real estate in Ocala is significantly less than it is here in Orlando. How much less is it up there?
It's still 40%, almost 40% less.
Yeah. And again, when I get there, it's that first exit I take when I go to head to your brokerage. I do feel like I'm transported into a completely different state. I feel like I'm being transported to the South. Is that how you feel?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in Miami.
Yeah.
And they're just completely two different worlds, but they're both awesome. Just Ocala has less traffic, more land, more nice. Not that the people, like nicer people, but I just think because of the way of life, people are more calm.
Yeah.
So everybody feels more calm, and it's better.
And if you're looking for real estate in a more affordable city where everyone is nice, Ocala is a great place for you to look. In fact, I have a QR code on the screen right now, which will connect you directly with Elisha. And she'll send you listings up there. And it's not just for your primary home. Ocala is a booming area for real estate investment as well with the World Equestrian Center. So if you're looking to invest in real estate and you feel priced out here, look no further than Ocala. You will certainly not be disappointed. So over the last year, getting to know you, we've now worked on transactions together from the title side, from the legal side. Your commitment to your clients is something that is almost unmatched. And I've worked with tons of real estate agents and real estate brokers that your drive and commitment to get those deals to the finish line of the closing table, I don't know that I've ever seen anyone with the energy you have. How do you keep up that energy?
Well, so yes, I'm a broker. I've had my broker's license for 13 years already, which is crazy. And I'm also a licensing instructor, and that's kind of a blessing and a curse sometimes because my head's always in the book on, what you can do, what you can't do. But at the end of the day, we're licensed because we have to protect the health, welfare, and safety of the public. So I always have that in my head that, wait, that doesn't help the customer. That's not good for the consumer.
Right.
Not thinking about my pocket or the agent's pocket. Like we like to call it commission breath, because when you have commission breath, everybody loses. So if you're just focusing on the good for the client, everybody wins, and it's going to be a good transaction.
I agree. Now, and it's not just for your direct clients. I see emails from you for your agents on behalf of your agents as well, which is something I don't see a lot of brokers do. I mean, you're there for every transaction to really help your agents as well. Why are you like that?
It's just who I am. Like when I look back, it's just how I'm wired, that I just love to help. And I know it's like a cliche, everybody says that, but this business is about helping people. You get to ride alongside everybody and enjoy the journey, and then see them get whatever it is to sell, to buy, be with their family, all these things, and then you get to be a part of it.
I just think that if you're a real estate agent in Ocala, Gainesville, the Villages, anywhere in that part of Florida, where you hang your license does matter, okay? A lot of these real estate brokerages are doing nothing for you other than taking your commission. When it comes to Ocala Realty World, for you agents out there, this is support, 100% support on every single transaction. It's the coaching, it's the teaching that you do as well. The agent support that you give at Ocala Realty World is unparalleled in anything I've ever seen. Talk to me a little bit about the coaching, though, and the training that you do for your agents.
So I'm going to be 25 years in the industry. I know, crazy. And my husband is 30 years. And we never thought about how he got taught, but he was stuck to his broker's hip when he got started. And so of course then he trained me. And then that's what we started to do with our agents. And we didn't realize that was the thing that was not common in the industry. And once we realized that, that was our value. And then we knew that that's why agents will come on with us, is because we could teach them like that.
I think it's such a great place in Ocala to invest. How do you see the real estate market throughout the Ocala and Marion County area the rest of this year?
Oh, it's super strong. I mean, everyone has just kind of gotten off to a slow start just because, we're all in limbo, wondering what's happening with rates and the world and all those things. But Ocala's in Marion County in this little bubble, which we love. Yeah. Because there's so much growth. There's so much land that we're building on. Everybody's coming our way because it's almost 40% less than everywhere else.
It's unbelievable. Great job as always, Elisha. I will see you soon. I'll be visiting in Ocala very soon as always. Check her out. You need to buy real estate in Ocala right now. Thanks to our amazing crew. Most importantly, thank you. See you again next week for more You Have Real Estate.
Did you know that filing for bankruptcy can help you lower your mortgage or car payments, or potentially help you eliminate your IRS or credit card debt? I'm attorney Justin Clark. If you find yourself living paycheck to paycheck, call me now or visit youhavepower.com for a free consultation.
The proceeding was a paid advertisement. The views expressed were the sole responsibility of the advertiser.